How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Heavy Metal Diecast video review, and a hello to anyone that is a new viewer, and a special hello to my regular viewers, of course. We have ourselves a brand new one here from Hobby Master. It is the YF-23 Black Widow, but it is a special what-if scheme. Now, a lot of you I know don't particularly like what-if schemes, but this is, as it is, an F-23, so as a fighter in an Su-57 Aggressor scheme, which does look pretty cool, and it does say it's from the 65th Aggressor Squadron from the United States Air Force, of course. Now, it's all fictional, yeah, I don't mind the fictional aircraft. Like, I've got the TSR-2 that's in the fictional camouflage scheme and everything. I think it's, a little bit of fun, and it does come in the usual box. Let's get it open. This is brand spanking new, obviously. Let's see what we get when we pull it open. It shouldn't be too much in it, and that is your nice foam box, of course. So in the top, as you can see, it's just got your big stand. That is quite a large base for that. It does also have in this area the weapons bay doors. Now you do take the little plastic bits off, and you should be able to get this foam cover off. Alright, there's that beautiful model sitting in there. Now, obviously, you do get an option for the open canopy, and you get your landing gear options with the wheels, of course, and then you get some ordnance options there, which does look pretty cool. They are internal, so yeah, let's have a little look at this. Now, as I mentioned, it is a what-if scheme. It's not going to be everyone's kind of thing, because a lot of people just don't like what-if stuff. But for me, it's just a way to explore something that is a little bit different. And if this actually got made and got put into service, now, wow, this does look absolutely awesome. Look, there's not much to setting it up for in flight, so what we might do is just quickly do that. Let's see if we can manage to put this in. No, I think it's on this side, this one. Yep, so they are relatively straightforward to put in. You just got to know which way, and of course try and squeeze them in with your sausage fingers. I am physically challenged. Alright, there you have it, and of course we'll just whack that closed weapons bay door on, and that is that. So that is set up beautifully. It does look absolutely freaking awesome though. Check out that. We'll zoom in and have a look at some of the details. Looks absolutely beautiful. It's got a Russian star there. As I said, this is in a livery for the aggressors. As you can see on the tail markings there. That does look absolutely cool though. The livery itself looks fantastic. Wow, that looks great. Now, if you haven't seen the other two videos, the previous ones, the PAB 1 and PAB 2, feel free to check that out. So it does have all the tiling in there like the other two. Man, this does look really nice. Like, I like the livery a lot. Yep, definitely pretty cool. So it does have a port number on there, 054 in blue. Yeah, pretty cool. Let's have a little look at some of the details inside that cockpit. Wow, there is a lot of detail in there as well. So you do have your generic sort of figure there. We can pop him into place. And yep, he goes in nice and easy. We'll put that canopy back on. Beautiful. Yeah, 100%. No, looks really nice. It's got some really good details on it. We'll zoom back out so you can see it properly. How cool is that? Yep, I do like it. And of course, if you do want to put it on your stand, which you'll want to do, that is your big stand, metal shaft and plastic base. There's your stand hole, not too hard, or your stand slit. And then jam it in there, and that is job done. Yep, definitely looks awesome. So yeah, if you like your YF-23s in the production version of an F-23, you will want to grab one of these. Yep, definitely pretty cool. I'm not sure what other kind of liveries they are going to make in the future, but yeah, they will obviously be all what-ifs like this one here, if I don't knock it off. But yeah, I think it's a pretty cool one to get. So what we'll do though is we'll set this up with gear down, of course. We'll open up the belly of the beast and throw the ordnance in there and have a little look at that, and of course chuck it on the scales. All right, we'll be back in just one moment. Alrighty, here we have it sitting on that landing gear. Wow, it does look absolutely awesome. This is quite straightforward to set up. So as you can see with the open canopy, you can see those beautiful details inside there. It does look absolutely awesome. You'll definitely be really happy about that. Looks sweet. And if we turn it over, there you go. So it is just the 3 modules for your landing gear. They have a reasonable amount of detail on there. The wheels do not turn or anything like that. You do have your little block off here for your stand slit, and then you do put your ordnance in there. There's a rack of 3, and then you've got your weapons bay doors on either side, of course. You do have the option to fit these ones if you want to, swap them out or change them out. You do get that choice out of the 2 different ordnance options, and that nose wheel, it is sort of propping up a little bit. It wouldn't push right down without me fearing that if I push it hard all the way down, it's going to be a real bitch to get back out. And unfortunately, I don't have a display cabinet and I need to pack this back away. But I reckon probably maybe a little bit of filing or something on the end of it, and it'll sit more flush. Because the other ones sat flush and didn't have any drama, and it does look absolutely bestial for your what if operational F-23, of course. And yeah, this would have been a monster if it went into production. Speaking of monsters, let's weigh this beast and see what we will get with the weight of it, and we'll put it on. It should fit on there without too much drama. Too much drama. Jeez, I can make things look complicated, can't I? So we've got 545 grams, so over half a kilo, of course. All right, let us get this off the scales. We'll wind up the video. I have waffled on long enough. So yeah, look, it's going to come down to your preference. If you like fictional, non-real military aircraft. But I definitely don't mind it at all. I think the model itself, for what it is, looks really cool, and definitely will be a highlight in your shelf if you do add one to your collection. And I am also looking forward to see what other ideas Hobby Master will come up with in regards to some livery options for their new mold, of course. They have spent the coin on the mold of this, and they've done the 2 first aircraft, the 2 prototypes that were made. So it's all what ifs from here. So, all right, I will take some photos of this, of course, throw them on at the end, and you can check out the details of this without my sausage fingers all over it. Sausage finger test. It is a fairly large model too, so you do get a bit of bang for your buck. Not overly complicated to set up, very minimal setup duties for you, so that is always a plus as well. So easy to set up, easy on the eye, and hopefully will be easy to buy for yourselves. So as I said, it is new, so get out there on the interwebs and search for your own, and if you like it, and if you want to pull the trigger on one of these, don't hesitate, of course, because they might get snapped up pretty quick. All right, hopefully the video was helpful in some sort of way, and if it was, don't forget to leave me some of those if you can spare the couple of seconds clicking that button. Don't forget to punch the subscribe button if you're yet to do that, of course, and comments down below. I always do enjoy hearing your thoughts about the model we check out in the video. Speaking of checking out, it's time for me to check out and say goodbye, so happy hunting for your next model, especially if you're going to get one of these, and you all have an awesome sauce rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.